Hello everybody, hopefully you are doing well. We are going to take our last part of this lesson 3, Comparing Ecosystem today. Please have your book, pen or pencil with you to take notes. So after finishing our land ecosystems, we come to water ecosystems. First we'll talk about the freshwater ecosystems. Now, freshwater ecosystems are a type of biome that exists within and around bodies of water that contain little salt. The bodies of water include ponds, lakes, streams, rivers, and wetlands. So, talking about the ponds and lakes, in most ponds and lakes, the water does not appear to move. There may be a covering of green algae on the water surface. Plant there may include cattails, reeds, and water lilies. Insects glide over the water surface and they may become food for fish swimming below. Turtles, crayfish, and frogs may live there as well. Birds, snakes, or raccoons may look for prey along the shore. Now, at first it may seem as if the entire freshwater ecosystem can be easily observed at the surface. Now, however, it would take much closer observation to see the plankton. For example, we can see here the animals in lakes and ponds. And plankton are tiny organisms that live in water. They are actually feeded food of insects and small fish. They make now some plankton species make their own food through photosynthesis, and other must ingest food. Now, plant-like plankton and algae form the base of the food chain in a water ecosystems. So, streams and rivers are have moving water. So organisms there have developed adaptations to keep from being swept away. They have roots that anchor. Now, plants, for example, they have roots that anchor them in the plant. These roots anchor the plant at the bottom, so if the water is moving, they are not falling apart. Fish, for example, they have streamlined bodies to move. Other animals, now they have hooks and claws that keep them clinging to rocks and other objects. So, and fish, as I said, they have streamlined bodies, so they can swim against the currents of a moving water. Then you come to wetlands. Wetlands are areas in which water is near the surface of the soil much of the time. Wetlands include marshes, swamps, and bogs. Now, these environments are rich in plant life, so they provide a home for many living things. They are also important breeding grounds for birds and other animals. Wetlands serve as natural water filters and sponges. They can help remove various pollutants released by nature, by industry, or by agriculture. Wetlands also provide flood protection and erosion control for the surrounding areas. Coming to the next freshwater ecosystems, the estuaries. The estuaries are water ecosystems that are located where rivers flow into oceans, so they are just meeting up there. Now, the water in estuaries contain less salt than the ocean water because but it is saltier than the water in rivers. So the plant and animals that live in estuaries have adaptations that help them survive the variations in salt content. So they have adaptations of both living in salt and fresh water both. Now, the estuaries are very important natural resources. Many kind of birds and water-dwelling animals breed in estuaries. More than 3/4 of all the fish species that is caught in the United States each year spend part of their lives in estuaries. Now, here you have some of the animals that live in there. Coming to oceans. Now, the oceans cover, as you know, more than 70% of Earth's surface. Ocean water plays an important role in the water cycle and contains nutrients that support a variety of life forms. Ocean food chain begins with the plankton, which live near the surface of the water. Then you have nekton. These are the animals that you see plankton, which live near the surface of the water. Then you have the nekton, which are the animals that swim through the water. And then you have the benthos. They are the organisms that live. The benthos are the organisms that live on or near the ocean floor. So the ocean actually is divided into regions, and each region affects living things in different ways. Now, these factors can include tides, temperature, salinity, water pressure, and the amount of sunlight penetrating the water. Near the surface, as you know, sunlight is more. It warms the water and provides energy for different photosynthetic species. Now, almost no sunlight reaches the depth greater than 2,200 meters, which is almost 656 feet. Depth beyond this point are increasingly dark and cold, and photosynthesis does not occur. So most deep ocean organisms feed on each other and on other materials that sink from the ocean surface. Some other deep ocean organisms, such as certain kind of bacteria, feed on materials from hydrothermal vents, deep cracks in the ocean floor from which hot chemical flows are there. So you have here the planktons, you can see nectons and the benthos. These are the diatoms, copepods, and others that live in the ocean surface. Plankton make up the base of the ocean food chain. Then you have the nekton. These are the fish and dolphins that swim in through the water. And then you have the benthos, which has crabs, sponges, and corals that are bottom dwelling animals. So in this way we finish our lesson. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you understood the lesson. If there is any question, please feel free to ask, and do the workbook pages related to this lesson and send it on Pioneer. Thank you once again.